let's face it, the running back position in the NFL is changing mightily. And it's getting to the point where we have to look at current stars. Like, there might be a phase. This might become kind of the norm here of running backs not receiving second contracts with their teams, whether they're drafted in the first, which again is getting kind of like it's not happening, or we could see teams that just sign running backs for cheap, because I think the Minnesota Vikings really are that team that's a perfect example as to hey, drafting a couple of running backs back to back. Alexander Mattison and Dalvin Cook could be out this year. So that could be the biggest question here, though. Could this be Dalvin Cook's last season with the Vikings? You know, I love Dalvin Cook ever since he stepped on the field. You know, we're talking about a guy that has rushed for over 4,800 yards with the team. You know, has been kind of, you know, when he has been healthy, he has been that workhorse running back for the Vikings. And, you know, Adrian Peterson was the reason I watched the Vikings at first when I was younger and growing up, but Dalvin Cook has been a lot of fun to watch as well. Now, I would argue not as quite as much, because I mean, let's face it, Adrian Peterson is a future Hall of Famer, but nonetheless, Dalvin Cook has been a lot of fun to watch, and I think honestly, as we head forward, you know, I do think this could be his last season, because you've got Kene Nwangu and Ty Chandler, who the Vikings drafted back-to-back in the later rounds of the draft. And unfortunately, you know, I think that the old stigma of drafting running backs in the first and second round, or mainly the first round, and having them be your future, the future of your offense and the bell cow of your offense, I think those times are coming to an end. Yes, you might get running backs that are still the feature and the primary weapon to use on offense for some teams, but you're getting him in the third and fourth and fifth rounds these days. And I think, unfortunately, the NFL is shifting to, you know, that more of the passing down thing. They want to get their passing game going, and the running backs need to be able to pass block. They need to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And, you know, once they get a little bit older, teams aren't necessarily willing to pay them a top dollar anymore. And I get it. You know, it's just kind of how it goes with the Vikings. But also at the same time, historically, the Vikings have been a lot more willing to pay running backs top tier money. I think, you know, it is because it is there in some cases, you know, the Zimmer regime, and specifically that regime, not necessarily this regime with Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, who had some great times with the 49ers in terms of their running game, and really not having paying expensive backs. But I mean, there are backs like Nick Chubb and company that, you know, might argue a little bit differently. But the point is, you know, it really pays to have running backs that can get the job done and that will not, you know, take all of your paycheck. So I think that's going to be a really interesting thing moving on down the line. But overall, this is a big question that I think we are seeing in the NFL that's kind of becoming more prominent when we talk about the running back position. It's not what it used to be. We're seeing running backs that just, you know, do spend 3 to 4 seasons with the team, and then it's a new face in the backfield. And unfortunately, you know, I've got mixed feelings about it, because I do realize that the NFL is becoming more of a pass-happy league, and that's kind of the way that it's trending right now. But man, we will look back on running backs like Adrian Peterson, even Dalvin Cook for that matter, where teams did sign running backs to second year to a second contract, and, you know, honestly, I think that time is coming to an end. But I think it's a big question. Could this be Dalvin Cook's last season with the Minnesota Vikings? But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. Greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about if this could be Dalvin Cook's last season with the Minnesota Vikings.